Hey guys, and welcome to CT Guides. I'm your host Theo, also known as Tao Cruz, and today we'll be doing a lesson on confirmation indicators using TradingView, and we'll be going through 5 of my favorites, and just going through some basic theory, and then also doing live examples using Bitcoin and the daily chart, so you can implement this in your own trading. So the first confirmation indicator we're going to review is Trendilo, and you can find it right here on TradingView. It's by Dude Owns. Trendilo is primarily used as an indicator to determine if the trend is upwards and bullish, downwards being bearish, or just neutral, kind of being range bound. Now I have the Bitcoin daily chart right here, and if we're looking for a bearish or a bullish scenario, we're going to want to see this signal line right here, this gray line, cross the indicator line, which is the purple line, and it's going upwards. And then you can see, the large, green volume right here in the shadow. And then also look at the daily chart. That's back in the beginning of February, and then we boosted all the way from about like 42,000 to 73,000 over the course of like a month and a half. And that even goes for this bottom line here. See how it, things kind of turn bearish, but when it crosses upwards from beneath this line, that could have been an early sign to go long right here. And then when it reached the top of the range right here and went through, then that was even further confirmation that, hey, maybe I should add even more of this long and compound your gains that way. Now if we're bearish and we're looking short, we're going to want to see the signal line, the gray line, cross from over and then go underneath the indicator line right here. And this is back in about May of 2021, and this is a really good example of here. You can see it crosses beneath here and then really picks up. You can see by the depth of the shadow, but that would have been a great indicator right there on the daily, just to go short right here, because it went from about 58,000 all the way down here to 30,000, I think, at the bottom of this wick. Also for this one, if it crosses from the top line, and going underneath, as you can see right here, that can kind of be your prelude to short. I mean, there would have been a good short scalp right there, and then ultimately maybe you closed a good portion of your position. It went up a little bit. It seemed like it was range bound down here, and then it looks like it's getting rejected, and then maybe that's your confirmation that your short's working out. Yeah, you add a little bit more when it crosses through, and that would compound your gains on the short game. The second confirmation indicator is going to be the Waddah Attar explosion. You can find it right here on TradingView. Its primary use is to find entry and exit in volatile markets. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general is a great example of that. So I'm just going to review this indicator quickly, just so you know what I'm talking about. So the blue dotted line right here is the dead zone, and we don't want to trade when the histograms are under that. This brown line you've seen right here is the explosion line, and that's kind of going to be your indicator line. And then the histograms right here, the red ones and orange are kind of the selling ones, and then the green and the light green are the buying ones. So in a bullish scenario, and we want to go long, we're gonna see our histogram. It has to be bigger than the explosion line. You can see it kind of is here, and then also both the histogram and the explosion line have to be on an uptrend. You can see both of them are right here. And lastly, both the explosion line and the histograms have to be above the dead zone line, as you can see, the blue dotted line. And our exit signal for the long trade is going to be when the histogram right here falls under the explosion line, and then it kind of went down here, things cooled off after you took profits or closed the trade, and then there was another long entry right after that, and then that was the big one. Now for a bearish scenario, we're looking for a short. We want to see that the red histograms and the explosion line are both increasing. and then also that the histograms are above the explosion line. And then of course both of them would have to be above the dead zone for a viable trade. Then our exit would be, or at least take profits, when the red histogram falls under the explosion line. You can see right here. And then in this case, back in the winter 2021, there was a pretty big drop, so you took profits right there, and then there was a second bigger drop right here. And that probably would have been when you closed out your short if you had a trade going there. Our third indicator is going to be zero lag MACD, and you can find it right here on TradingView. It's by Albert Castillo. And the best thing about this indicator is that it has zero time lag, so it's really going to allow you to get premium entries on your long or shorts. Now in a bullish scenario, we want to go long, we want to buy these deep green dots, and by deep green I'd say around -2,000 or beneath that. And then on top of that, we also want this gray signal line to cross from beneath the red EMA and be going upwards on the uptrend right here. And then obviously staying above the red EMA as well is kind of confirmation of that uptrend. Now in a bearish scenario, we'd be looking to short, and we would want to be selling these purple dots right here, or at least kind of looking to scale into short entry point. And I will mind you, it's a lot more difficult in the bull market. I mean, you really have to be looking to take quick profits on the shorts, just given how bullish we've been over the past like 6 months. And when we also want to see the signal cross from up top to underneath the red EMA line, and stay underneath it as well. And as you can see here, once we reached all-time highs, the gray line crossed from up top underneath and stayed underneath there. So that went from like 73,000 around there all the way down to around like 62, 63. So there's about 10,000 right there that per Bitcoin you could have had on a short scalp. Our fourth indicator is going to be the EFMUS system, also known as the FM system, and you can find it right here on TradingView. The best thing about the FM system is that it's a 10-in-1 indicator suite, and it's extremely convenient. So if you take a look here at the chart, the first one right here is your RSI, the second would be your MACD, and then your next 6 are your moving averages. Lastly, you have your EMA cross here and your pivot. So in a bullish scenario, you're going to want to be looking to go long when 6 out of 10 of these signals are green. So you can see here in late January, we can see that there's at least 6 green signals right here, and as it plays out on the chart, that would have been an incredible entry point as we go from around 43,000 all the way up to all-time highs, 73. So in a bearish scenario, we'll play it back here to November of 2021. As you can see, kind of here in late November, there's that's when 6 red signals appear, and that would be your confirmation that a good short play is on the horizon. And as it plays out, there was a really large sell-off from November of 2021 into early December. Our last confirmation indicator today is the HACOLT indicator, and you can find it right here on TradingView. Now I've used the daily chart of Bitcoin for all my examples today, but the HACOLT indicator specifically is meant for use in time frames of 1 day or more. And the reason for that is because it's built for long-term entry and exit points. So it's a simple indicator to use. In a bullish scenario, we're going to be looking for the indicator to go from -1 right here or 0 to positive. So back in September of 2023, you can see that trend change does happen. And then we stayed positive for a long time. I mean, that was a great bull run, the all-time highs. And then once we go from positive to negative right here, that would be the time that you probably would want to exit or take significant profits at least. So a bearish scenario would be this indicator going from +1 to 0 or -1, and you can see that kind of happens here in April. We top out, make a double top at 73 at the all-time high, and then we're rejected there, and we swoop all the way down to around 61,000. Now there is a little bit of a recovery bounce here, but as you see, we do stay negative here and in the red, and then there is another drop right here, although it's not very steep. There would have been a chance to kind of reload on the short right here, and then perhaps close it or take a lot of profits right here on that second drop. Alright, that's going to do it for today's lesson, everybody. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, or send me a direct message on Discord, and I'll be sure to help you out. See you on the next one.